Cancer, finally moving into smoother paths. So let's get into your cards for this week. Cancer. So right off the bat, you had the Judgment card, the Three of Pentacles, and the Elder of Pentacles. Um, to me, that is telling me that recently you have made a decision to collaborate and work with others, and this is in regards to your finances. This is what you're focusing on. You want to build your money, right? And when you see the Judgment card, that is a card of like the decision that was made is something that is going to transform you. It's something that is going to revive your soul. I know that sounds large, but the traditional meaning of that card, it had people coming out of the grave because it's a card of being revived, of being brought back to life. So that decision you made to collaborate and work with others when it comes to your finances, um, that's going to lead to a huge shift in your life. And I feel like this is also, something that is putting you into this Hierophant energy, this path that you're deciding to go on. And the Hierophant is about learning, right? It's about growing into our higher selves. Every time I see the Hierophant card, I know that like I'm leveling up in a way, I guess I would say. Like I'm learning more, I'm gaining more skills, I'm growing emotionally, right? I'm doing something that might scare me. Like that's when you'll see the Hierophant because it's a very powerful card as far as like leveling up as a human, as a person, right? And so this definitely has to do with your stability because you've got the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. I feel like, the Four of Pentacles is about building, it's about control, it's about trying to keep a tight eye on your finances for, your stability, but also sometimes that card can be toxic because when we keep things too close and too penny pinching, we actually end up pinching off our own manifestation and abundance that we can have because it can be like a scarcity mindset, right? And sometimes when we try to control things too much, we actually end up worrying about it and pushing away the abundance that we so much crave, right? And I feel like you're moving away from that energy with the Six of Swords there. You're moving to calmer waters. I think, mentally you're going to have that shift to where you realize that that's what you're doing to yourself, right? And you want to move away from that. And I feel like this decision was not an easy one for you to make, to work with others, to collaborate, to maybe work, in a maybe you've been a solo person for a while and now you're going to do a career change and maybe it, makes you nervous to work in large groups, right? And not work as independently, but you making that decision has you kind of worried, has you kind of up in your head, and feeling kind of mentally stuck and trapped. I think it's kind of an energy of like maybe you're worried about what other people will think when you make this choice. Maybe you're second guessing yourself of like, oh shit, I made this choice and now, I got to keep believing in myself, right? I got to keep believing that things are going to get better. And, you're worried about the long haul financially. You're worried about how long of a road is this going to be for me to get to where I want to be financially, right? And I think you're going to have clarity on that, financial journey that you're on. I think you're going to have that mental clarity very soon and get out of the toxic, overthinking, cyclical thought pattern that's been having. That's what I feel. I feel like it's been like this I know I need to make this change and I believe in myself and I know I'm capable and I'm going to take the leap. And then it's like, but I'm worried because, like, where's that going to lead me? How's that going to work out? Like, I feel like you're moving away from that. So, yeah, that's what I have for you this week, Cancer. If that message resonates, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would truly appreciate the support. And have a happy New Year's. Bye, my little mystics.